Ever closer to Saturday. We are just creeping along. Georgia fans, Alabama fans, we're so close now to all of this madness, all of this talking, all of this posturing, all of this chest beating, all of this furious tweeting that you've been doing. We're so close to that being over and actual football players getting to play actual football. And that will be a welcome relief to all of us. We're going to talk about what's going to happen when they do that today on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every single day, and your team is Georgia Bulldogs, unless you're an Alabama fan, which we're glad you're here. Sincerely love you. Reno is a tiny little town in California, Nevada. And if you're not from there, but that's your name, maybe you're a little tiny person. I don't know. It's hard to say. Welcome to Locked On Bulldogs. We're glad you're here. That was a professional setup, is what that
Real
was.
professional. That's what we call in the business. This is the insider biz. That's what we call a little setup.
This is for fans by fans. Hey, if you want a free giveaway, listen to the Loyal Third segment, listeners. That just means get to the Loyal Third segment. Get over there. Thanks for making us first listen.
Segment. We're going to give you
if you're on audio, get over to YouTube and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, go to the audio and subscribe. We are in the throes, ever closer. We're getting out locks. Your boys are on a heater, picking some winners, as well as giving the official prediction for this Georgia-Alabama game. We're going to give you Vegas insight, our insight. We've been waiting to give out this number, what we think it's going to be. We've been eluding the actual answer to it. We've been creeping around the edges, tiptoeing, but we're going to just dive full headlong into it, Daniel. So let's talk. Vegas, this line opened and has gone up since it opened, Daniel. Vegas put it at, I think, 4, 3.5 at some places, 4. It's back up to 5 in some places. 5.5 in some places.
FanDuel's got it 5.5.
FanDuel, 5.5.
I've seen it as high as 6, and then it's come back down like to 5.5. But
started off at 4, 3.5 for 4, depending on where you get from.
The lines moved in Georgia's favor. Certainly, the over/under is 54.5. Let's start with locks, and then we'll go to how you officially feel like the game is going to play out. Do you have a lock in this game?
I do have a lock in this game.
Do you have more than one? I already knew you had one.
I have more than one lock in this game.
I only have the one lock in this game, and so I'll say mine, which is one that we will agree on, and that is we are laying them with the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't have any problem laying 5.5. I would not lay. We'll talk about my official score prediction, but I would not lay anything over 5.5. Just because I don't think you're getting a ton of value there anymore. If you got this line at 4, kudos to you. I would easily lay the 5.5 though, so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, Daniel, absolutely. We're going to give our official score predictions after this, but lay the 5. I think Georgia wins by double digits. Which, by the way, if that's a blowout to you, then okay, so be it. That's a blowout. I'm saying 10 to 14 points is what the margin of victory. These teams are not what they were comparability wise of previous matchups. These are two drastically different teams than what we've seen before. It's actually quite unique. The kind of the script has flipped in some ways a little bit. Bama used to have generational quarterbacks that bailed Nick Saban out the last couple of times. Milroe is not a generational quarterback, first of all. And Georgia has an offense that is cooking all the right burners, Daniel. It's not the lower right. All the burners are on in the kitchen.
No, the lower right never works, by the way. I don't know what kind of stove you're working with, but the lower right never works anyway.
If you are a appliance repair person, give Daniel a shout
Give
out.
your boy a shout because we're trying to get some things done.
5 is 2 minutes delayed in that. Daniel, here's my lock, and I'm doing a blind lock on this because I wasn't able to find it. Can you, as I talk, can you find the first half total?
Sure, I can.
For this game. First half total for the game.
First half total points?
First half total points.
27 and a half.
Give me the under. Give me the under.
Go under.
Give me the
there.
Under. It's SEC. It's Saban. It's Kirby. Look, I think it's going to be 14-10 at half. I think that's what we're going to get. I think it's going to be 7-zip first quarter. These games are tight in the first half. Kirby's going to come out after half and just run the boat all over Saban in the lake. But give me the under on the first half total. That's a lock.
All right. I'm going to here's how I think this game's going to play out. I'm going to go final score prediction. I'm going to go 27-21. That's how I think this game. I had talked myself into early in the week, coming off that Georgia Tech game especially. I had talked myself into a high-scoring game because Georgia's offense is really good, really, really good. And I didn't have any faith in Georgia's defense to be able to stop anybody early in the week. Now, I've come around slightly actually on both things, though. So I've come around slightly on Georgia's defense's ability to slow down and limit this Alabama offense in spurts at times. Something that Alabama's really good at, except against Auburn last week, is scoring touchdowns in the red zone, scoring when they get in the red zone. I think
they're pretty good at that
for
usually.
Georgia, we talked about keys yesterday. If you didn't hear that episode or see that episode, you can go back and listen to it. Talked about keys to the game. I think a key that we didn't mention will be Georgia keeping Alabama out of the red zone, because when you have a quarterback like Jalen Milroe, it is very hard not to score touchdowns in the red zone. Like, it's hard to stop that offense when they're in there down tight.
Do you see what he's saying, by the way, Bama fan? Like, in the red zone, you should be an automatic touchdown machine with Milroe back there. Like,
yeah. And this season, they have been that. They have been very good in the red zone last week against Auburn, notwithstanding. So I think Alabama's going to score touchdowns when they score. That's why I got them at 21. I don't have them kicking a lot of field goals. I think they're either going to be stopped or they're going to score. Georgia, on the other hand, I got them sitting at 27. I floated with 31 for the Georgia total. I think it's somewhere in that neighborhood. I do think Alabama's defense has a chance to keep Georgia in the 20s. We talked about this yesterday.
Yes.
I do think Alabama's defense is the best defense that Georgia has played so far this season. I do think that they have a chance to hold Georgia 10 points under their season average so far. But I also think Georgia got a chance to get into the low 30s. And so anything in that, 27, 28, 31 type range, I feel comfortable with. I do think Georgia's going to get some field goals. I don't know that they're going to be able to convert for touchdowns on all their drives. I think that's going to allow Alabama to stay in this game. And I think you could be looking at a scenario where, yes, Georgia covers the spread. I'm predicting that they will, and I'm betting on it. I'm locking it up. Yes, Georgia wins this game. But I think it's a very realistic possibility that Alabama has the ball in the fourth quarter down by less than one touchdown.
That's right.
And then the chips will fall where they may.
30-24, Daniel. That's what I have. I have 30-24. I think they do. I think Georgia kicks 3
field goals. You're going back on double digits already. You said double digits earlier, but you're going back on it already.
We said that again. Beginning of the week.
Flip, flop.
By the way, we are entitled to do so with the more metrics we have, y'all.
Fans. We're fans.
A fool is somebody who won't trace back to whence he came. A fool keeps going. I'm looking at it, and Milrose dang good. I think
something about dogs and vomit and men of the cloth. That's just something.
But I do think 30 points is kind of where Georgia's going to sit on that, Daniel.
Agree on that.
I think 24. I think we cover the 5. I think they get a field goal, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. I think we get 3 touchdowns and 3 field goals. And you're right. The red zone is what it's going to come down to. I think if Alabama gets in the red zone, I think that's where the 3 touchdowns come. And I think they get a field goal outside of that when they stall out. It's going to be a long field goal. One of the best kickers in college football history for Alabama. I think they're going to get it.
He never misses last week.
Except when he does. That's our prediction. Those are our locks. We're going to give out more locks for championship weekend. But first, these. And these are eBay Motors, the right parts, the right fit, the right price. eBay guaranteed fit only, available at U.S. customers. Here's what you do. You put in your make and model of car, the year, make, model. You then go perusing. You put if you're an Alabama fan, you're looking for those flame decals that can go on the side. You're looking for the things that hang from the back of vehicles that are really classy. I mean,
flaps with some ladies on them. Like that's what you're looking for.
I was even thinking the hitch, the hitch.
Oh no,
cover.
I know what you're thinking of.
Okay,
I'm trying to give alternate.
You're trying to give the benefit of the doubt to Alabama fan. They don't need it. Conversely, our Honda Accord is doing quite nicely because we have the right fits, the right part, the right price. eBay guarantee. We put in our make, model, year. Go over there, peruse the parts that we need, interior, exterior, automotive, excellence all the way through. And whatever part you select, they're going to guarantee with a check mark. The car's in your garage. ebaymotors.com. We got more locks, Daniel. It's footballing. And it's the most footballing of all footballing. It's for all them marbles to get into the tournament.
Let's start on Friday, Clint. Let's start on Friday, Clint.
Pac-12 championship. By the way, I'm just going to say that I have a lock in this game. Do you have a lock in this game?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, of course you do.
I have a lock.
This is a bananas.
I have a lock in most games. The line's insane, Clint.
It's insane. 9 points is far too many points for these two teams to be separated by.
Well, FanDuel, our friends and neighbors over at FanDuel, have it at 9.5. And so I'll just tell you right now, I'm going to take Washington plus 9.5 points, and I'm going to lock that up. So much has been said about Oregon. A lot of it by me. I think Oregon's quite good. I've defended Oregon to other Georgia fans who have said, oh, if we play Oregon in the college football playoff, we're going to boat race them just like we did last year. That's not the case because this is a different Oregon team and it's a different Georgia team. I think Oregon's quite good this year. I think Oregon's better than Washington. I think Oregon's probably going to win this game. But I have no reason to think that this isn't going to be a close game. I have no reason to think that these two bitter rivals are going to not be separated by single digits worth of points in the biggest game of the season for both of them on a neutral site. Last game came down to the fourth quarter. It came down to a failed 2-point not 2-point conversion. It came down to a failed 4th down attempt by Bo Nix and Dan Lanning that they went for, didn't get. Oregon lost the game. Washington won a close one. I think Oregon's going to win this game, but I'm going to take Washington, and I'm going to take the points.
These teams are not separated by that many points. This is overreaction central. Washington does not look good down the stretch. They haven't, admittedly. These are two teams that know each other intimately, Daniel. Intimately. This game is not, come on now. This game is not, we're not cousins in Alabama. This game is not going to be separated by that many points. Give me the Huskies plus. I'll take, if it gets up to 10, if you can wait on it, I don't think it will. I think it's going to come back down. But the 9 on the hook is fantastic. Bo Nix is great. Oregon will be in the championship playoff. But no, they're not going to be killing the Huskies. Okay.
Liberty, do you have another Mexico State?
I was just going to ask you, have another Friday.
I'm going to stay away from this one, but I'm very interested in Liberty, New Mexico
State. I'll tell you right now. The heavy lean and come back Friday at 3:50.
Check the subtext. He'll put it in the subtext.
because Liberty getting a look from me, y'all.
You're going to lay them all with Liberty?
That's a lot. 10.5.
It's a lot of points to lay.
I'm interested, is what I'm saying. All right, let's go to Saturday.
Let's go to Saturday. Early kick is the Texas-Oklahoma State game, the Big 12 championship game. I'll be 100% honest. I'm happy to talk about this game. It's the only major championship game I do not have a lock in, and so I will defer to you. Do you have a lock?
See, that's really interesting. Earlier in the week, you had mentioned that you believe Texas is the most susceptible favorite to go down this week.
I do think that,
but you don't have a lock in this.
Well, first of all, in that list, I was not including the Washington-Oregon game.
Okay,
that is different. I think Oregon's more likely to lose as a favorite.
Texas,
even though they're a one-loss team playing an undefeated team, they're a heavy favorite than Texas. I do think Texas could lose this game. I absolutely think Texas could lose this game, but I don't like betting Oklahoma State.
No, that's where it gets rough
at all.
I can say I think Texas can lose, but then you say, okay, put money on the Cowpokes, and I go, ugh.
Oh no, I watched them last week. My
lean is also to take the points and go Oklahoma State. I don't have a lock in this one either. We've already talked about the SEC.
I don't hate the over. I don't hate the over 55.5.
Yeah.
Just so we're all talking the same language. I don't hate that. You want to stick with that? You want to stick with the big guns here, or no? Let's give you another little guy, and then we'll go to the third segment. We'll get into the Big Ten and the ACC,
as well as a giveaway for the loyal third segment listeners.
Oh, that's true. We'll talk about that giveaway. I'm gonna lay them with Tulane, Clint. Why would I not? Yeah. Tulane's a great team.
Okay,
I'm going to lay them with Tulane. 4.5 is the number I'm getting. I think that's a very advantageous number.
It's great.
And so I'm going to take it. I'm going to lay them with the Green Wave. I think they're going to roll through and take this conference championship and finish off what will put them in a New Year's Six bowl game. This is a hugely important game. Liberty plays New Mexico State on Friday. Tulane plays SMU on Saturday. No matter what Liberty does, if Tulane wins this game against SMU, who is ranked 25, by the way.
Yep.
SMU's got an outside shot at a New Year's Six bowl game. Like for these group of 5 schools,
yes,
this being the highest ranked one of them in this current format means everything.
Crucial.
It means everything to them. So give me the Green Wave.
On championship weekend, by the way, every single year it comes around, Daniel and I pretty much are in lockstep with a lot of these.
There's not many games, and we've been talking all year. We know how each other thinks about these games.
Give me Tulane. They are going to roll. They are a good squad. Like, no caveat. They're a good squad.
Good team,
period. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to come back.
Second best win is against a team that Tulane almost beat with their backup quarterback.
But Bama has the highest winning percentage for opponents of anybody in the SEC. Daniel.
Well, Georgia's second best win is against that same team, but Georgia's schedule is a cupcake.
Oh, that's wild. Okay, but they beat Missouri and Ole Miss and Tennessee. All were in the top, and Kentucky was ranked up there in the top.
It's so cool. Let's go to break, and we'll come back and we'll think about it more after we come back.
But more, in fact, Prize Picks. PrizePicks.com/LockedOnCollege. Get a first deposit match up to $100. Here's what's great about this. Let's say you want to take Travis Kelce, LeBron James for a combination of 3-pointers and receptions over 10.5, Daniel. Guess what?
You could do it.
You can do it. Let's say you're thinking to yourself as you're sitting on the couch, you know what I'm missing in my life from betting, which good on you. Keep going at it. But you're thinking, I really want to bet against Meek Mill. I really want to bet against comedians, celebrities. Guess what you can do?
You do that on Prize Picks.
You do that on Prize Picks. Over the community section, they're going to have all the famous people over on Prize Picks you can bet against as well. See what they're doing. See how to play with them. PrizePicks.com/LockedOnCollege. You name a player. You predict if they're going to be higher or lower than what Prize Pick gives out. Don't have to worry about any crazy matrices of algorithms whatsoever on trying to figure out Vegas Sharks. Just you against a number. That's it. PrizePicks.com/LockedOnCollege. Use promo code LockedOnCollege for a first deposit match up to $100. Let us continue the locks.
Giveaway time first, Clint. Loyal third segment listeners, thanks for making it to the third segment. We love you guys. You guys are the backbone of the show. We know there's a lot of you out there. First of all, let me say this. The emails that we have gotten have been so overwhelmingly kind. And it legitimately is crazy that a lot of you listen to this show and watch this show and actually enjoy this show and talk to us about listening with your kids or it being a part of your daily routine when you're walking the dog or whatever. It is legitimately mind-blowing that so many of you. And so thank you for all the kind words that you have sent us in these emails. If you would like to register to enter to win a $75 home field gift card, we're giving away for the SEC championship game. You don't have to send us anything nice. All you have to do is send us an email, lockedonbulldogs@gmail.com, and say, I want to enter for the gift card. And then make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and subscribe to an audio podcast platform. But just send us that email, and that gets you entered. That's your entry. And then next Monday on the show after the SEC championship game, we will announce the winner of that gift card, $75 to home field. So send us an email, lockedonbulldogs@gmail.com. Would love it if you won. All right. Two more big ones, and then we'll go to anything else that you have on the board.
Yes.
The Big Ten.
Big nooner.
It's not a big nooner, which seems wrong. Like
when you've been the whole year,
you've built your reputation on big nooners.
And then you get to the biggest game of the entire year and you put it at 5 p.m.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It is Michigan against Iowa. The line is 24 points. The spread is 24 points. The over-under is 34.5.
Here we go.
All right. You have bet Iowa unders for now, I believe, 3 consecutive weeks.
And it keeps
and it keeps cashing. And let me just say this. Let me get ahead of it. Ain't none of those numbers that you've bet been anywhere near 34.5, Clint. And so is this an automatic fire on the under for you?
No, Michigan's going to score 34 points, Daniel.
Wow. I think I disagree with you, but I'm not betting the under.
Okay.
I'm going to get weird.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm going to take Iowa plus 24.
Yes, you are.
Listen, I don't know much. Okay.
Yeah, it's been proven.
Alabama fans have let me know over and over. Somebody get Chris Marler on the horn and ask him. I don't know much, but I feel like I can count on the Iowa freaking defense. If there's one unit in college football that I can count on, it's the Iowa defense. And it ain't like Michigan is out there just running the most prolific offense that we've ever seen in the history of college football, Clint. They're trying to do the thing that Iowa wants you to try to do against them, which is be big and physical and bully them around and manhandle them. And yes, they're going to be able to do that to a certain extent, but Iowa's going to be more than content to keep this game slow and to keep it low scoring. And I think Iowa's going to keep it inside the number. It might be because the final score is 23-0. But it also might be because the final score is 33-10. And so I don't feel comfortable with the under, but I do feel comfortable with taking the points.
This is too many points.
It's too many.
A championship game. Like this just comes down to principle. Iowa, bad team.
Bad team. Michigan, good team.
But why do they keep on having, no matter who they play, why are games like this? It's weird.
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
Give me the points in Iowa. Lock it up. I mean, too many points, y'all. I think they get a touchdown. If Iowa scores 3 field goals,
by the way, Iowa's team total is 6.5 points. Like if they get a touchdown, you cash on their team total.
You cash.
And guess what? I'm not betting the Iowa team total over.
Nope. Don't do that.
Not confident in that.
All right. Let's go to the other. Yeah, Florida State, Louisville. Okay. 2 things are true.
Okay.
They don't contradict each other, and they're not glamorous. Okay.
Thing number 1 is Alabama's not getting into the playoff. What's thing number 2?
Do you again just soak that in, Bama fan? No matter what you do, you're not getting in the playoff. Okay. Thing 1.
Which means, by the way, if Georgia loses, they're not getting in the playoff either, Georgia fans. Just so we're
first
clear.
First time we won't have an SEC team. Okay. Thing 1. Louisville is atrocious. Thing 2. Florida is only giving 2.5 points up.
Yep.
When they have a far superior roster, and I don't care who's playing quarterback. It's not enough points, Daniel.
It's really easy. This is my lock of the week. My absolute stone cold, this is it.
This ain't gonna miss.
The trendiest thing in all of college football right now is to fade Florida State. The second trendiest thing in all of college football is to bet on Oregon. I'm not doing either of those things.
No.
I'm going to lay the points with Florida State because they could start anyone at quarterback and beat Louisville. And I sincerely mean that. They could start a defensive end at quarterback and beat Louisville. And I genuinely believe that to be the case. Louisville's offense is bad. Jack Plummer is bad. The Florida State defense is going to destroy him in this game. Florida State's defense might outscore Louisville's offense in this game.
Dudes in that secondary.
They've got dudes at wide receiver. They've got dudes at running back. They've got it's not just Jordan Travis. Now, Florida State is not going to match up well against a team like Georgia or a team like Michigan or a team like Oregon or a team like Texas or whoever it is that they play in the college football playoff. I get it. But they're going to beat Louisville probably by 20 points in this game. I'm laying the 2.5. But then what I'm doing is I'm going Florida State minus 20.5.
He gonna tease that up.
And I'm getting plus 600 on that. Give me Florida State by 3 touchdowns in this game.
Sure. Again, we get championship weekend. We've talked to each other forever. This is my lock of the week. Louisville's going to lose by a lot. It's not going to be competitive. It's going to be a snoozer of a game. And I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me check. Let me run back through all the games. Troy, SMU for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to take the MAC out of it because I think Miami of Ohio is pretty bad. New Mexico State. How's New Mexico State doing?
Well, record-wise, good.
Louisville is in the bottom 5 of all the teams playing on Saturday. That's how bad they're so much worse than any other Power 5 team playing. Iowa would destroy them.
Do you have any more locks, Daniel?
I don't have any more locks.
Okay. I got one more for the people. And going on to the Mountain West Championship.
Yeah, Boise time.
Boise plus giving 2 points to UNLV. Giving 2 points. I've watched Barry Odom coach UNLV.
Yep.
He's doing a fantastic job. Arizona and UNLV. Coach of the year goes to Kirby Smart. The 2 runners up, Arizona and UNLV. I'm telling you right now, they have done amazing work.
Incredible season.
I would put, if I could, I would lock up the just money line on UNLV, but I'm getting 2 points.
Just take the 2 points.
Give me the 2 points in UNLV. They're winning this game. They're Mountain West champs.
Love it. I love it. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow with our final thoughts on the SEC championship game. Already starting to feel it in.
Never mind. I want to re-record. We're
just pushing record right now. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll have all those thoughts for you on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. We'll see you then.
See ya.